Just printed this and I'm ready to start. And I was just thinking that when I see artists create art, I'm always in awe. And to be honest, a little bit envious because I really wish I could create something like them. But I don't know where to start. I have never attended art school. I never attended any formal training. I was just someone who really admired how artists work and how they bring different elements from different things and creating together something really beautiful. And I just want to have that skill. My first real exposure to art is photography. That was in high school, and I somehow got into that competitive course and I was really ecstatic. But really soon I realized that it was really the hardest course that I have taken. It was a really hard course to get an A. I was used to formulas, I was used to finding steps because I was an engineering student. Photography really had none of them. And I took really countless photos, one after the other, really just to hone in the skills and really just to get that perfect shot, just to try to meet the requirements. And in the end, I was really happy. I was the only student that got that A, but I was really exhausted. I was relieved for sure, but really exhausted. And I think that was really the harsh reality and introduction to art for me. Just finished carving this and I'm really excited to print this. Now, when we give ourselves a lot of pressure, that's just too much for us to handle and we won't be able to do it. And I think this applies to when I was really just too burnt out from photography that I talked about just now. I just avoided picking up the camera just because of this constant need to impress. Because of that, I just stopped doing anything. And only years later, after going through some thinking and just more like YOLO, I just decided to sign up for art class in school. That's where I started creating again, and it was first with pencils, then charcoals, and then now printmaking. This, without the pressure, really helps me a lot. It helps me to notice things that I wouldn't have usually noticed. It also helps me express emotions that, I have difficulty expressing at times. And sometimes it's just great because it's been there during my hardest times and it's here during the more joyful times as well. This is why I have a creative hobby, which is to really let go and to be a little bit different from my day-to-day things. And printmaking has been my weekly ritual. It's like journaling to me. It just helps me to process. It quietens my thoughts. It gives me a space that's truly mine.